Cheers! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
Right? We couldn't find a Santa hat, so I'm an elf.
I'm a tree.
A tree.
I'm a Christmas tree.
There you go.
So Merry Christmas, Carl's Wine Club members, all of you guys across the country, from everyone here on the island, because we are on Vancouver Island right now. Believe it or not, we're here in 3 feet of snow. We made it from Summerland yesterday, 12 hours door to door.
Yeah, it was quite a trip. And the trip was fine. We even got on the only ferry that wasn't canceled so far that day.
Mm-hmm.
And everything was smooth and good until we got to the bottom of the hill that my sister's house is on. And there was no way we're going to make it up that icy hill. So we had a nice couple treks through the snow up and down the hill now. It's like, going to a cabin in the woods or something. It's pretty Christmassy.
It is Christmassy. So if you wonder why I'm dressed all that, well, yes, first I'm a Ravens fan, but because I was outside shoveling snow, trying to get the car out of the weeds, and
but we figured we'll come back here, crack open a bottle of Vancouver Island wine. Right?
There you
go. This is what we've got open today. A very special bottle that we'll tell you the story of in a second.
Creme de la creme. I would say this is an excellent, a fantastic wine from Vancouver Island, from where there's the only place where they grow Merlot on the island. So really, really cool wine, really delicious. So we're going to talk about it because we're having lamb cooking right now. So we're going to have a nice leg of lamb for dinner with the family.
That's right.
Grandma's making cookies with the kids up there.
Very Christmas.
So yeah, sorry for the backdrop here. That's what I could find. I couldn't find better. So yeah.
When you're traveling at Christmas.
There
anyway, what we wanted to do is have a quick chat. I will ask Carl questions about Christmas pairings. Might give you some fun ideas. And then we also want to invite you and give you a sneak preview of our New Year's Eve festivities that you can get a ticket to, our New Year's Eve wine exchange. So
the third one.
Third
years in a row. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I may have thought of a few modifications this year though. So,
really?
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Yeah.
That's great.
So
yes, if you're tuning in, tell us where you're tuning in from. If you're having some Canadian wine tonight,
what are you having? From where? Because we're having Vancouver Island here. So
why don't we start with that? Tell us more about this one, because when we got this bottle, this was over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago we came. We visited Alderley, which is in Cowichan Valley, a BC VQA appellation now.
Yeah, sub-GI.
Zach Brown is the owner winemaker there, and he and his wife hosted us for an amazing tasting, and he said, I have something that is not released yet. I don't know when I'm going to release it, but it's pretty special.
And he blind tasted me on that, and he said, maybe you should try to tell me which kind of grapes in there. And I was like, oh my God. Some tasting, and I'm just thinking, like, what the heck can be in that? Like, I'm thinking hybrids and all that. And at the end of the day, he's like, no, it's mainly Merlot. I'm like, what? Oh, you purchased Merlot from the mainland or from the Okanagan? It's like, no, this is a state Merlot. Like, what?
Grown on Vancouver Island.
So this is rich. This is it's elegant. It's not Osoyoos wine, but geez, there's a beautiful complexity. This is so Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and Cabernet Libre. So not Maréchal Foch. No, it's Cabernet Franc. So all of these cool things that they grow on the island, but mostly Merlot into that. So really, really, really cool wine. It's going to be perfect for the lamb. So anyway, the whole point, that's why we wanted to chat wine with all of you guys tonight, because either you're going to host people, either you're going to show up somewhere this year for the party, but there's going to be a lot of food on the table. And maybe you think that you want to bring a bottle of wine that might going to match something on the table, right? So maybe a few ideas here and there. So I don't know. Maybe you propose a wine, I give you a dish, or should we do something like that? Or you just want to be the journalist?
Let's play a little game, and you guys put things in the comments if you have ideas. What would you pair with? Okay. So I'm going to talk about some of my favorite holiday things.
Okay.
And what would you have with it?
Okay.
So let's start with an appetizer.
Okay.
What would you pair with little cranberry and brie tartlets?
Ooh, I would pair maybe a Vidal Rosé.
Vidal? Why Vidal?
I'm thinking of Bellaterra Rosé Sparkling.
Okay, and that's Vidal.
Vidal and Merlot. So my brain goes straight to Bellaterra Sparkling Rosé. So I will try the little Sparkling Rosé because of cranberry. But the Vidal has a tad of sweetness, and the Sparkling, it's harvested earlier, so you have bright acid, but also that little tad sweetness. So
that's a great idea.
Yeah, that would be my choice. Who's next? Come on, you guys in the chat box.
Yeah, tell us your favorite Christmas food, and then Carl will pair it for you.
Okay.
With a Canadian wine.
With a Canadian wine.
So another Christmassy food. If we jump into mains, we tried to make one a couple weeks ago. Didn't quite turn out. We'll do it again next weekend or this weekend. Canadian tourtière, but not just any tourtière. Okay, the Saguenay tourtière.
The real one. To all my friends in Québec, ok, tous nos membres au Québec qui nous écoutent en français, quand on parle de tourtière, surtout en ma présence, c'est pas la tourtière de Montréal. C'est pas je veux pas offenser personne là. Mais c'est pas la tourtière de Montréal. On parle de la tourtière du Saguenay. On parle de la vraie tourtière, pas le pâté à viande.
So
no.
The hunters would go out. They'd hunt rabbit and deer and whatever else they find. And then all the pieces of the game would go into a big pot with a pastry top.
This potatoes. Half portion potatoes. Half of meat.
1-to-1 potatoes.
1-to-1.
Okay.
Meat.
It is outrageously delicious. Slow cooked for 12 hours.
Yeah,
right?
12 hours. And with that, I'm not a big gamay fan. Okay. And we talked about that many times with many people. Some winemakers across the country makes outstanding gamay. Outstanding. Yes. But this is not necessarily where I'm gravitating towards, but there's a few of them who would pair very well with my tourtière. Or I'm also thinking of, let me think, the Lunescence Cabernet Franc.
Oh, we just had that last week. Yes.
That will be one of my ideas.
Actually, when we tried it, you were even just saying this would go well with tourtière. Fabulous. What else, right, that we have at Christmas? I mean, we have turkey. That's probably the biggest classic thing that people have, right? So with turkey, if I'm not mistaken...
Rosé.
Rosé too?
Rosé. Listen, and if you want some suggestions, there's a million of suggestions out there, but I'll give you 5 right out of the gate. Omerta, Black Market Wine Company from Caledon, Omerta Rosé with the turkey. Corsolet. Corsolet was the name of the rosé. Corsolet. Oracle. How was that? Omerta. Oracle. Daniel Bonterin. Either of the rosé will go great. Either the Tractor and Vines Pinot Noir or Tractor and Vines or the what's the Cabernet Franc vineyard? The Fruitvale Ridge.
Yes.
So rosé across the board with turkey. Keep it dry as possible. But rosé can even be rosé sparkling, but rosé with turkey. If you want another option, say, Carl, stop with the rosé. I'm not a rosé fan. Please suggest something else. You know what? Turkey is so versatile. If you want to go with white, something like, okay, let me get you a little, because yes, Chardonnay is a classic. You can do it. But how about something like Ortega? Woo! I'm on the island. Sorry, I have a little bit of a feel of the island here right now, so maybe a little too much for everyone. But yeah, something like that.
Okay, and what about like a Pinot Noir with turkey?
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Because I've heard
super versatile. So so that's why my was if you want a red Pinot Noir, Gamay, why not, right? But yeah, rosé. My choice. Number 1 choice, turkey. I go with rosé. And if you bought the Maverick Rosé Magnum. When we did the Maverick, I'll tell you one thing: that Maverick Rosé Magnum with the big turkey dish, absolutely perfect. I love that. So yeah. Hey, Merry Christmas, Christian. Have a safe flight. Hope you're gonna have a great trip to Maui, and we'll chat very soon. We'll chat very, very soon.
Fun. Hey, people all over the place.
Hey, maman!
Calgary.
La petite maman. Bonjour, maman. Les gens de Victoriaville, toute la famille. C'est la fête à mon frère aujourd'hui. Je veux dire un beau bonne fête à mon bro, mon frère qui est à Sherbrooke, dans les cantons de l'Est. La ville des vins du Québec. Mon frère, un bon 41 ans. Je veux pas t'insulter, là, mais tu sais, je veux dire. Bonne fête, on espère que tu passes une bonne journée. Tous nos gens du Québec, la gang de Québec, puis à Pierre Nollet, à Jean-Denis, tout notre groupe là-bas, un beau bonjour, un joyeux Noël à vous autres. Si vous avez des suggestions, donnez-moi un mets de Noël, je vous envoie le pairing en même temps. OK, on joue un petit jeu ici, là. Vous m'envoyez votre plat dans le chat box, puis je vous réponds avec un vin canadien.
Yeah, Ken. From Calgary, I think, says turkey, Ortega, or Gewurz.
Yeah.
See, I don't normally think of Gewurz for anything really, but yeah.
Well, also, you know what? You know what we produce a lot in the Okanagan?
What?
Pinot Gris.
Oh,
and Pinot Gris with turkey.
That's
come on,
perfect.
I would say I'll talk to I. Yes, I always forgot about Pinot Gris. And there's so many great Pinot Gris. I'm thinking it's Spearhead Pinot Gris, absolutely fantastic.
Is it Hillside that makes the skin contact Pinot Gris?
Bon Boucherie.
No,
used
Boucherie.
to. They changed last year. They did a non-skin contact, but yeah, it was one of our favorite. Absolutely. So yes, I can absolutely see. I said Ortega earlier, right away. First comment, someone approved my Ortega choice. Boom!
And speaking of Hillside, I just mentioned them. What about the Muscat de Tonel?
Absolutely. See, Muscat de Tonel, Ortega are pretty not similar, but they're pretty connected in terms of herbaceousness, in terms of minerality. So that style, so pretty much on the same style.
Hey, I have a question for you, Carl.
Yes.
So you were involved with some pretty fancy restaurants back in the day.
Absolutely.
Like when I met Carl, sometimes he'd drop by at, we were dating, and he'd drop by at like 11 p.m. in a taxi or a limo or something and drop off like some very fancy little desserts for me,
like
right?
Chocolate pot de creme
or just from the event I did tonight. Here you go, right? Mm-hmm. It was pretty creative way to win me over. I like it.
I take it. Boy, work 10 years later. I'm like, boom.
Yeah, and so tell me, was there ever like a holiday dish that you guys did that blew you away? Like, I've heard about the fish in the fishbowl kind of thing. So at one point he went to a meal that.
So I was running a couple of like 3 or 4 restaurants at the same time down in Calgary, and I was invited by a wine company to go to Banff to have the 1961 tastings. So James Sichel, owner of Chateau Palmer, one of the famous estate in Bordeaux, was down in Banff and did a very famous wine tasting. So anyway, long story short, after the tasting, guess what? One guy in the whole group ended up for dinner with James Sichel, and it was this guy.
Yeah.
So we went to the at the Rimrock Hotel. They have their fine dining restaurant there is absolutely incredible, and we had one of the dish that was a 12-course dinner, and one of that dish was a salmon tartare. But the way it was set up, there was a fish bowl with living fish, their little red fish, swimming around, and the tartare was in another bowl, like in the fish bowl.
Crazy.
So that was pretty cool. That was pretty darn cool. But you know what? Like some of the classic dishes that we used to, especially at Q Haute, that Wellington beef. Was one of the classic Christmas holidays that we were doing just before, in between Christmas and New Year's.
Beef Wellington, eh?
Yeah, so when it's well made, this is pretty darn spectacular. And we had the salmon Wellington that we were doing at the same time, side by side. So we had the cart bringing the Wellington, the beef and the salmon, both in the house-made crusted puff pastry, and we were carving it at the table.
Ooh.
So pretty cool.
So what would you pair with a beef Wellington? A well-made beef Wellington.
Well, now that's where I'm coming with. First thing, 2019 Black Market Syndicate.
Syndicate. Okay.
Syndicate would be one of my first thing come to my mind.
Nice.
With the Salmon Wellington, I would go with Chardonnay, definitely. And I will be a bit redundant to say Pearl Morissette 2017 Cuvée 19. Maybe I should choose another one. I would go with what's Ilya and Nadia Leading Post.
Yeah.
Grimsby Hillside Vineyard Chardonnay. That will be my Chardonnay to pair with that.
That's so great. Look, Jeanette's on. Happy holidays.
Happy holiday, Jeanette and Danny. You guys are fantastic. I hope that you guys like my hat. Huh?
Right. He's a Christmas tree and I'm an elf.
There you go. See?
Right.
So yeah. So this. For me, sure, you know me, right? Chardonnay will be on the table in any kind, shape, or form possible because I enjoy.
If it's festive, it's Chardonnay.
It's festive. It's Chardonnay.
Actually, should mention this. So last year, Carl's wine of the year that he gave 98 points to, the only Canadian wine on record that he's given 98 points to, highest score ever. It was the 2017 Cuvée 19 from Pearl Morissette in Ontario. Now, of course, that sold out pretty quickly. Our members got kind of the last few cases of it, and we had one bottle left.
Nope, because we bought a case of 12.
Oh, okay.
So because I knew that
Are you hiding them from me?
I sure do.
I don't know where they are.
I'm not going to tell you what I know. Like I
thought that was the last one.
No.
But we opened it this week.
Yeah, we opened one this week. We had some
Sunday.
Really good friends over, and yes, we did open the Cuvée 19. There's 3 more left. So
good to know.
Yes.
Maybe for New Year's.
Good to know, but you don't know where they are. So so yeah. If you just tune in, give us a dish that you like. Write it down in the chat box. We're going to give you a quick pairing, Canadian pairing. Bang, bang. Okay? So give me, come on. I want to know.
Wine pairing.
Yeah.
So how was the 2017 compared to how you remember it when you...
It's right on par. But again, this wine needs to breathe in the decanter. This Chardonnay cannot just be pop and pour. This is a wine where you have to open it a couple of hours in advance. You have to let it sit in your glass. It's much more.
It's more of an event, hey?
It's more of an event. Exactly.
You open that bottle. It's an event.
Popped the wine. Like we popped that wine half an hour ago.
Yeah, we shouldn't have done that. We should have let it breathe.
I was outside shoveling 3 feet of snow, so I
sometimes these things happen, and you just need to pop and pour.
Okay, but with Cuvée with like Pearl and Cuvée 19, it just has to wait and open up. So crazy enough, the sip was exactly at the exact level the moment that I gave that one a 98 points. That was the very last sip of the night.
Yeah.
When everyone was gone,
like 4 or 5 hours after
I was cleaning up. And my glass that I hid from everyone, that I put it behind something because I knew I wanted to see that glass at the end of the night. And that sip was the exact 98 point sip. So,
wow.
So yeah, but yeah. So we had a couple of great bottles that night too. What did we open? We had the Mayhem Anarchist Mountain Merlot, the brand new release. We also had we had some Rennie again. We
Evans
had
Alchemy from Rennie, which I don't think is available right now. But Rennie Estate Winery is quickly becoming one of our very favorites in Canada, and quite a runner-up possibly for
wine of the year.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But there's 2 weeks left of the year, and so
work
far
really hard for you guys the next couple weeks. And make sure we've tasted enough wines this year so we can make the call for the top 10 in early January.
I think we are like something like past 1,000 easy. I need to do the math very soon, but we have more than 1,000 Canadian wines tasted this year. So
Jeanette's got a good one here.
pork tacos. Pork and chicken tacos. Recommendation for that. Oh, absolutely. So I like that. I really like that. And now, okay, I'm gonna go straight to white because my mind goes really quick on white wine here, and it goes aromatic. I'm thinking Riesling or Gewürztraminer, like especially like dry Riesling. Yeah, for the chicken. Pork, spicy or not, that can be an option. But you know what? Semillon also, maybe a white Meritage. White Meritage. There you go. So quickly, if I'm thinking Time White Meritage could be a good one.
From Penticton.
Penticton. Siren's Call. White Meritage. The White Harmonious can be a great call. Collusion from Black Market. So these wines will be great. Will match well deep the pork and the chicken. To me, and my first thing that Gewürztraminer. The Gewürz will go very, very good with that.
A dry Gewürz?
No, they can be like because I like the texture of the Gewürz and like even a little bit of off dry, because if you get a little bit of a kick into your thing, the off dry absolutely like explode. So yeah.
Fun. Well, I hope you guys have a blast, Jeanette.
Yeah.
Tell us what you end up pairing it with, okay? We want to know.
Yeah, I want to know. And in terms of red, so I would say if you want to go bold, go Syrah. Boom! You know what? Why not? Pinot can be great as well, because if you don't want to overpower it.
Making her crave some white wines.
Yeah.
Me too. When you're talking about the Semillon, like that's the rare grape, but I freaking love it. So yeah.
Red Rooster Semillon this year was one of our standout.
That was
absolutely cool. Standout here.
You're right. I think you mentioned that the texture is really special, and I think the tacos would go really well.
Yeah, I like the textural. So this, but yeah, in red you can go bold. You can go right with the big Syrah, maybe something like the Black Hills Syrah. But because you're bold and you don't give a shit and you just want to freaking blow people's socks off. So yeah, there's no problem. You want to go a little lighter to give the chance to the food to be the star of the show. A nice Pinot Noir, why not? If you got some of our leaning posts this year, the entry level leaning posts with that will go great. I'm sorry. So yeah, there's my recommendation here.
Yeah, so Megs, we're gonna be chatting, but throughout this, if you have like a food that you like around Christmas and the holidays, name it in the comments, and then Carl will give you some cool ideas for pairing.
Canadian pairing. So boom, right out of the gate.
Canadian wine pairings.
Canadian wine pairings.
Not just anything.
Okay, just this.
Okay, I have a question for you. What's your favorite Christmas food?
My favorite Christmas food.
Or did I already say? The tortilla. The Saguenay
tortilla. I would say that's something, since we're together pretty much every year, that's the thing that we cook together. Like we make an event out of it because it's a long process. So yeah. The
12
tortilla,
hours slow cooked at least.
The tortilla is my favorite. But you know what? Like people are bashing a lot about the turkey, the bird, and all fucking bird, like the boring birds. No, you know what? To me, I like it. Because I'm a fan of gravy. I love a kick-ass gravy. And mashed potatoes. So this is it's been part of my thing, tortilla and bird. But there's one thing that it was part of my family's tradition, and it's the roasted ham. Roasted ham with a little bit of the pineapple sauce. Really darn good. And with that, a nice little Viognier with my roasted ham with pineapple sauce. Bam! Absolutely.
The oilier Viognier?
No, not the oilier Viognier. I would say something a little crisper.
Like the one we had from Lunescence.
Exactly. That's what came right into my mind. Not the heavy, oily Viognier, but the crunchy with the good big, like nice, spicy, crunchy ginger in the mid palate.
So Brian Schmidt, hey Brian from Vineland
cheers,
Estates, has a fabulous question, but I don't even know what this is. What do you pair with ptarmigan? I guess that's a bird. It's a bird. Ptarmigan.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a bird.
Okay, it's a gamey bird, probably like something like partridge.
Yeah.
Huh?
Demand a great pairing. Is that something you hunted yourself, Brian?
Jesus, Mary.
Wow.
Okay. I would go. I think for gamey bird, to me, gammy come to my mind pretty quick. But you know what? If Brian Schmidt asked me a question about pairing, I would say Cabernet Franc. Why not, right?
But we want to know what you end up pairing
but
with. But
maybe he wants to hear something else than Cab Franc on that one. So you know what? First, maybe a Thomas Batchelder Gamay will be one of my first. And if I like the Gamay with a gamey bird, something I can definitely recommend. A nice earthy Chardonnay Pinot Noir. Yes, absolutely. And on the white side, I could do interesting. A concrete fermented Pinot Gris, maybe. I like the concrete eggs, the way that it extract the nice minerality. That can be something that I would not be disappointed with that. So yeah. People are buying into it. People are buying into the concept. Come on,
you know what I just found out? Okay, so our friend Megan here, whose husband Roger runs Hester Creek.
There you go. There we go.
She just said that Roger makes a gravy that takes 3 days to make.
Holy moly. Okay.
That's got to be outrageously good if it's going to take 3 days.
It got to. Yeah.
We'll have to learn more.
But you know what? Rogers at Hester Creek, one of my favorite wine in the country. It's the Garden. I love what they do at Hester Creek. Hopefully soon we can do something with them. But yeah. Oh, what is the special grape that they do? I think it was a Spanish grape that they're doing. They're not a whole
Hester
lot.
Creek.
Yeah, they're not a whole lot in the country that they're doing.
I'll tell you in a second.
Karen Chapman always bring it over. What is the?
Okay, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out.
No, I need to
I'm on their website. I'm the researchist, as Carl likes
I know,
to
but
say.
I should have.
Okay, so they do Chardonnay, Semillon, Viognier, Pinot Bianco.
No.
Maybe it's sold out because it may be not on their website.
No.
Yeah, it's probably sold out because there's nothing.
Albarino
or something, or no?
I know that Saxolo. Trebbiano. There you go, Italian grape.
Jeez,
there you go.
Trebbiano.
Yeah, no, it is.
Is it white or red?
It's white.
It's white.
No, we're not talking about Tempranillo, babe. We're talking about Trebbiano.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the Trebbiano. Trebbiano classic Italian grape. And so
amazing. So John is asking, how about some post-dinner wines besides ice wine, which is a great question. We had a very cool ice wine from 2000 the other day, a Tinhorn Creek ice wine. Despite the fact that we froze it by mistake.
Ice wine frozen.
And then we left it in the fridge for about 2 months.
Was it Sylvaner?
Really bad treatment of the wine.
Oh yeah, I destroyed it. I mistreated that poor bad boy so bad, and it was still
good.
Bang, like
slightly corked, probably.
But I explained the whole mistreatment of that poor bottle, 22-year-old, absolutely beat up bottle of ice wine. That people were laughing and just slightly.
It was still good.
But it was pretty interesting. But post wine. I love the Appassimento.
Yeah.
I love the Appassimento for post wine. Yes, there's port style, or what was the other winery from Summerland?
Like the Drunken Knights.
The Drunken Knights from Saxon.
I think
you
they're
got
a different
fortified Merlot. Oh. And no, the best of the best. It's from Scahaw Vineyard in Caledon.
Yes, the Rogue Merlot.
The Rogue Merlot for Madeira style. This was the best of the best of what I'm thinking. So this is more like the cigar, the boys club. We're watching something like the Super Bowl or like the photo. We're playing poker. That's the Rogue. Immediately after the meal, again, that's what we've done that this weekend with the friends. We opened the bottle of the Evan Alchemy by Rennie Wines, a nice
so that's what I was showing
Appassimento.
here, John. This is we featured these guys a couple weeks ago, and super small production, Appassimento out of Niagara. But I mean, these were a steal of a deal. They're probably sold out now. We got the first pick of them, and they were only $45 including tax. For Appassimento, that's outrageous as a deal because they have to like dry the grapes. That's how they get the concentrated flavors, right? But then you get the super chocolatey rich
This wine is opening up right now. This is so really good.
So these are some examples of that Appassimento. But yeah, I like the Appassimento for dessert, like with some kind of like, so John, you got the Rennies. You did. That's perfect. So one of those might be a good post wine because it's so rich. Like it's almost like a meal on its own. Like if you want to pair it with some dark chocolate or something.
Oh, I picked up his order today. Did you say hi to Sarah for us, please? Thank you. Did you got some cheese? They have a really nice cheese selection at the Niagara Custom Crust Studio. Really, really cool new concepts opening up in Ontario. So in Niagara. So thanks for tuning in, John. That's pretty cool to hear from you.
Yeah.
So yeah, any other pairing you're
okay, so last thing, what about something sweet? So what would you pair with like a because obviously like these wines we're mentioning, like the port style and all this go well with
post dinner.
Yeah, with
post
desserts.
dinner or like something like maybe like ice cream
so
with
my
caramel
favorite
and brownies.
Holiday dessert is gotta be pudding with like a white sauce. Like what I'm thinking is like a sticky toffee caramel kind of pudding with that like white sauce that kind of melts onto it.
Okay.
Ridiculously good, right?
Yeah.
So what would you pair with that?
You know what? I'm a kind of guy, when we get to something real sweet, I go completely at the opposite. And you know what I do with that? I go with something dry. Or I will do enough dry Riesling with that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could go really
That
well.
would be, and something cool that I have, maybe, okay, not of dry Riesling, a sparkling ice wine Riesling. Yes, that exists. We had one.
Fogelar makes it.
Fogelar, old Riesling, John. I'm good with that.
Riesling.
But we've tasted the ice wine, the sparkling ice wine Riesling. And heads up, it's going to be in my top 10 wine of the year. It was freaking cool. Yeah. And with what you just mentioned, yes.
Like a caramel.
With candy cane.
Pudding.
With candy cane, Brian, what do we pair with candy cane?
This is a good question. And there's a diversity
but which kind of candy
canes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Is it minty candy cane?
Oh, and Pilateri's done sparkling ice wines. Yes. Very good. So, yeah, let's say a minty candy cane. I'm going to read your mind, Brian.
Minty candy cane. I would... Everything... Yeah. You know what? Cap Franc ice wine.
Cap Franc ice wine.
Yeah.
With candy canes.
Yeah, with the minty one. Yes.
Amazing. Hey, Elaine has a good point. Any sweet wine tastes so yummy on ice cream. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Very rich.
Absolutely.
Rich ice wine would go on ice cream.
Yeah.
Deliciously. And Daryl's here. Hey, Daryl. Merry Christmas. He's saying port. Yes, port is a great way to end your night. I love that. End your menu for a holiday meal.
Yeah, and when we stay with Canadian port, cannot call it a port, but
what do we call it? Fortified.
Fortified. again, Skaha makes a delicious wine, a delicious one. Who else lately that we've tasted as a fortified?
So there was a fortified. I don't actually remember tasting it because it was like a year ago, but fortified from Prince Edward County that we had one point. Wasn't there? The Van Alstyne.
Oh, Carlo, you're bang
Carlo.
on. The
Yeah.
Van Alstyne. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. Good memory. I love
John,
it.
we have not tried anything from Southbrook yet. Like, it's so funny because we've tried thousands of Canadian wines, but there's 800 great wineries out there. So, like, I feel like we're just scratching the surface. We've tried, like,
I was on the
quarter of
phone.
them.
I was on the phone today with Cave Spring, talking with Anne, Pinachetti and her team. So Cave Spring and Carl's Wine Club are striking something for February. We were on the phone again today with Pearl Morissette, so from Ontario. There's and also I was on email today with I worked hard today between the shoveling
the
and,
snow.
Yeah. I was talking with Vadim at Casaba. So we're gonna talk Syrah from Ontario pretty soon in Carl's Wine Club. So some pretty cool thing coming up. And
possibly Meyer from Okanagan.
Yeah, Okanagan, Meyer, Mayhem. Some new project coming up with some things called Mythology. Oh, maybe
but he knows about this yet. So yeah.
So it's a pretty cool stuff coming up early in the year, and yeah.
Yeah, so much fun. Amazing. Brian Mutual here. Happy to have been able to get to know you this year, and we'll never forget tailgating with you at your winery and learning about your passion for Cab Franc. Holy cow.
Brian, there's one thing that we do every year at Carl's Wine Club. Okay, we're going to do for the second year. Sorry. We are asking our members to vote for the Winery of the Year. We have the Ontario Winery of the Year and the BC Winery of the Year. We choose who's going to be nominated, but I can tell you, Vineland Estate will be one of our three nominees for Ontario Winery of the Year. I have to say, and I will say it live right now, I'm not going to hold back on that, because the experience that we had with Vineland all year was beyond exceptional.
Yeah.
The quality of the wine, the quality of service that we had from the team, the quality of interaction that we had.
And the value in the wine.
The value in the wine. So we're going to have three nominees for our Ontario Winery of the Year, who is going to come out to you guys, to all of our members, and our members are going to vote, and we're going to release the Winery of the Year. Do we release it the same day we're going to do the top 10 of the year, or
we're just deciding that? So
there you go. Early in January, we're going to have the reveal of the Ontario Winery of the Year, the BC Winery of the Year, but also Carl's top 10. The Carl's top 10 is coming on the first week of January this year. So, and we're going to offer some wine to purchase
for the ones that are not yet sold out.
Yeah. So
because Carl doesn't check if they're sold out or not. He just said, "Here's my top 10," and then
it's not my top 10 wine available this year. No, it's my top 10 wine of the year. So
it's a retroactive.
Exactly,
so it's
right?
Kind of fun because if you already have it in your cellar,
it's a Christmas show, Gabby. Come.
If Christmas you already have it in your cellar, you can be like, "Yes, I scored one of the top 10s." And if you don't, there might still be a very last chance to get it. Your warheads. No.
Come and say hi.
Our children are here.
Yeah.
So it's so lovely to connect with you guys. Merry Christmas.
I don't know. Okay, last call for pairing. If anyone's on has a pairing to ask, tell me your dish. I'll spit out a Canadian pairing. Okay. Boom, boom.
Or several.
Or several. Oh yeah. Usually there's never just one pairing option. There's never one. There's always 3, 4, 5.
You got it.
Come on.
You got it.
So we wanted to do a short one. Screw that. Let's keep it going. I love it.
Yeah. So what we want to talk about real quickly next is give you guys a sneak preview of what's happening on New Year's Eve. So the last 2 years, this is our 3rd annual, we do a wine exchange on Christmas Eve. And so what that is there's going to be a whole bunch of wrapped bottles of wine, many of which are not available on the market right now. Maybe they're sold out. Maybe they're library wines. And they will be wrapped. And if you've bought a ticket, you get to have a turn to pick a bottle and unwrap it. Or you can steal a bottle that's already been unwrapped.
Okay. And excuse me, I know it's very unpolitically correct now. People, there's a big scandal around that. It's the old style of the Chinese wine exchange, okay?
And we don't know where that name came from, so we don't call it a Chinese wine exchange.
People told me to stop calling it Chinese wine exchange because I can offend people. So I'm sorry, I didn't want to offend anyone.
I don't know if it's a Chinese practice, like if it's a game that's played in China. I have no idea. But anyway, that's what it used to be called a long time ago, and people would bring wine to a party wrapped up, and then you do an exchange, and you'd end up either with like a really expensive wine or the gag gift that's like, I don't know, cooking wine that's 10 years old.
How we're doing it,
so
I'm having the exact same amount of bottle that we have of the guests, and the bottle is going to be priced between $20 and $100. So if you pick one, because everything's going to be on Zoom. If you give me number 13, we unwrap number 13. That's your bottle. The following guest will probably can steal yours because you got a really good one, or we'll pick another one from the pile.
Yeah.
So we go around.
The good news is someone steals your wine, you get to steal someone else's or unwrap a new one. So you do get a few turns at this, and then by the end, you'll end up with your bottle of wine. If you do get the cheapest wine of the group, the one that's like $20, we throw in a nice Enovino for you, which is a $45 value. So you don't feel like you totally lost out. And every wine in this is going to be great wine that we've tasted.
Yeah. So we're going to put that in the shipper and we'll ship it to you. So $65 per people, per person, per ticket. So what's going to happen? You get a bottle of wine between $20 and $100. And the shipping is included into that.
Yeah, but more than that, it's a great way to kick off New Year's. We start at 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern.
And it's an hour and a half, 90 minutes of fun that you connect on Zoom with other wine members. It's our third annual. The previous couple years, we had 25 members at the time. So real fun to do so.
Oh, Miriam's coming. Miriam, that's amazing.
Amazing, Miriam.
I think you've been the last two. I think so.
Mon chum Sergio, mon chum de Québec, hein? Mon chum, on est à l'école ensemble. Un gros bonjour, mon chum. J'espère que ça va bien. On est sur l'île de Vancouver présentement. Moi, je suis un arbre. Elle est un elfe. Fait qu'on célèbre ce soir.
Yeah. So, John has a good one. What goes well with cheesecake?
One of the most versatile thing is cheesecake. You can do so much about pairing. You can do liquor, you can do fortified, you can do ice wine is such a classic with cheesecake. I mentioned Cap Franc ice wine earlier. Cap Franc Cap Franc ice wine with the New York cheesecake style is absolutely classic. Appassimento again.
Especially if it's like a cherry cheesecake with a passimento.
Wow, are you kidding me?
Or a chocolate cheesecake.
Oh, yeah, cheesecake. If it's something about dessert that I like for me, the lemon meringue pie with Riesling.
Oof.
With the older
and you know what? We had lemon meringue pie with the Pearl Morissette Chardonnay.
Yes.
And that really went
That was lime meringue pie, that one.
The one I made was lemon meringue.
What's lime? It's green.
Are you colorblind? No.
Maybe.
It was yellow.
Yeah. Okay.
Elaine's asking about tortilla. So Elaine, there's two kinds of tortilla I've discovered, being married to a Québécois. And one is where Carl's from, the Saguenay tortilla.
La real one! La vraie calice! La vraie tortilla!
Big pot that you slow cook for 12 hours with a pastry over top full of all kinds of game meats and
but she said what pork. Wine would go best.
Yeah, what wine would go best with tortilla? But I'm just saying there's two kinds of tortilla. Yeah. And then there's the Montreal tortilla, which is like minced meat pie kind of thing. Yeah. So which one goes well?
The ground pork and ground beef in the pastry.
Yeah.
So like we said, like depending if on your real Saguenay tortilla, you go with with wild meat Well, now we can go with maybe earthy Cabernet Franc, or not. I love the Cap Franc with the tortilla, but also we can do a nice full body Gamay, earthy full body Gamay. Boom, no problem with that. With the classic Montreal tortilla, I would go more maybe with the medium body Meritage. This will go absolutely perfect with that. Absolutely perfect with that.
So this is a contraband.
Not the Montreal. No calice, Brian. No, 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 no. Planet Montreal. No, no, no. They do everything. They do everything different in Montreal, and they pretend to own everything. So
no,
no,
come on.
No.
Come on. You spent a long time of your life in Montreal. So
a small amount of time in Montreal. It was already too long.
You're a Montrealite.
Ah, fuck no.
The one Carl will make. Yeah, totally. And so, yeah, good stuff. Well, it's so good to see you guys. And Miriam, I'm so excited you're coming on New Year's Eve. If you guys want to join us New Year's Eve for the wine exchange, the link is in the comments. And $65, it's a heck of a great way to kick off.
Do you have a few wines that we're gonna that I sent you as a preview? There's a few bottles that I already put in.
This bad boy.
So one of my I think it was number 3 or number 5 wine of the year last year, a 94 plus point or 95 points. This is the Summerhill Spadefoot Toad Syrah. So
this is what seems to happen when things get into Carl's top 10 is they sell out, and then the next year the price is quite a bit higher. So
yes.
It's a good idea to snap them up like before that happens. So that's what happened with this wine. I think it used to be 50 and now it's 60 or 65.
Yeah.
So, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it because one of the things we said was, I can't believe it's only 50 because it packs so much value. Amazing wine.
Oh, it's world class, completely world class Syrah. The texture from that vineyard, it's incredible, and that's what I'm doing here. So what I'm doing here, the play-by-play comments, that's what I do during the wine exchange. So every wine I do the commentary, like it's like the play-by-play, a hockey game style of Hockey Night in Canada, who stole which bottle. So it's a lot of fun. So.
Best stew Elaine's ever had was with 3 game meats, where she learned to combine meats for everything, like hamburgers. Yeah, it's true. Like game meats in a big stewing pot.
Oh, it's like our grandpas used to do. They go hunting, they bring everything back, and the potatoes were growing from the garden behind the house. And what you do, you throw onions and potatoes and all of the stewed wild meat and put a puff pastry on top, because darn, it keeps everything moist in there, and you get your tortilla. So yeah, so Spadefoot Toad will be one of the prize in the exchange. I also, because
and this one is the 2016 that sold out at the winery.
Exactly, can't get that bottle anywhere anymore. Also because I love, this is one of my favorite peep in the business, Suan staff. I love Suan a lot. And I would like to throw in a Roberts Block Riesling, one of my favorite Riesling in the country. So that's going to be part of that. What else?
The 2018 is very special. Also sold out pretty fast.
So. The 2018 was the one that was part of my top 10 wine of the year last year.
There you go.
A very special one. But anyway, yeah.
And so, what else? You're gonna have an Old Block
Myers Chardonnay. So we're gonna throw one in there. It's a 50 or 60. No, I think it's a $60 Chardonnay. Beautiful expression of Okanagan Falls Chardonnay. Fantastic. This is a top luxury shard from BC, so that's going to be one of the price in there. I have this is not the right picture because the Old Block has a different color for the M, but this is going to be the Old Block, I believe, that I'm going to throw in there. It's well worth it. I know that Daryl's going to reply, so that's why I'm mentioning it.
Oh, because Daryl's a member there.
He's a member of Myers, so but Daryl can comment like how good the shards at Myers are. So yeah, and when we talk a little bit about value proposition, because no, they're not all going to be $80, $70 and all that. Okay, I have some bill to pay at the end of the month. So, but there's going to be wines like the Black Market Secret Society Red Blend. Outstanding, fantastic $28 red blend made by some really like awesome people at Black Market. So this will be part of our selection. I will throw in there probably something like blah, 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 blah. Let me think quickly. Maybe a Black Hills can get in there. Maybe a Black Hills Syrah, because the last one was so freaking fantastic. So we're gonna have some great wines. And if any of the winemakers who wants to be part of that,
we'll send you the link.
I'll send you the link and join us. Yeah, no, we always get a really good group of people. It's a good an hour and a half, and it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. You kick off New Year's with us, and you learn a heck of a lot about wines in Canada. Like, you know, not realizing you're learning, but you just get to be exposed to so many different wineries, different wine styles. Carl can chat about each wine. It's pretty fun. And you also get
not that I can, it's I will, because I'm doing the play-by-play of the night. So
he's like the sports commentator for the wines. And you also get to see what other people's preferences are like, and who's sneaky and steals more wine. What's that? Oh, more. Jesus. Yes, please. Jeez. Louise. Cheers, guys. The Gabriel glasses are almost sold out, but we're getting more in about a week. So if you love the glasses that we have here, you want to get more, or if you have been looking for a wine glass that really takes your wine enjoyment to the next level,
these are the the best of the best. If you like stemless glasses, Gabriel just released new stemless glass. They are fantastic. The bowl is really, really well done. So we have also the pack of 6 stemless glass. Super cool.
So yeah, Mike missed what we're pouring tonight, and it's the first edition ever of the Contraband wine.
Contraband, it's a wine
Alderley
from Vancouver Island. Please, can you pronounce the sub-GI, because I always mess it up?
Cowichan Valley.
Cowichan Valley. It's one of the latest, but it was the latest new BC sub-GI before
Summerland.
The Summerland and the Southeast Kelowna. All of the new thing came up this summer, but Cowichan, so I've always massacred this.
Cowichan, like
Cowichan,
a cow.
Cowichan. Oh, hey. Oh, there you go, Cowichan. Okay. They got it, I think it's a year and a half ago. So Duncan on Vancouver Island to the Cowichan Valley. So Alderley. These guys, there's such a microclimate there. They grow their own Merlot, Mike. So it's Island Merlot blended with a Cabernet Franc and also Cabernet Libre. So 2 hybrids and Merlot. This is absolutely freaking fantastic. This is the 2018 vintage. I tasted it, Mira and we tasted it a couple years ago on one of our first wine trip on the island.
And they blind tasted Carl, and he would have never guessed these grapes came from the island. It was.
I thought that was something from Oliver, because you don't expect some richness, you don't expect that ripeness of fruit, and like no, I was like, wow, this is not island's fruit, and like, oh yeah, all estate fruits, buddy. So yeah, pretty impressed. Super. Hey. This is a 92 points wine, at least.
It's solid.
At least.
The winemaker
this is absolutely fantastic.
Is Zach Brown, and he is a really fabulous winemaker. We got a chance to spend a whole afternoon with him and his wife.
No, that was supposed to be a quick. Okay, that's funny. We were supposed to be there for a quick tasting. He had family members who was and a camper on the property. Anyway, they have a tree house. Our kids were with us. It ended up that the kids started to play in the tree house. We were there literally for 4 hours. It was incredible. So they make a great Bacchus too. So good Bacchus. That's funny because our friend at Black Market, Rob Hammersley, makes probably some of the best Bacchus in the country. So we brought some Bacchus back from to Rob. But yeah, elderly.
So Mike's got a good question. How much? I can't tell because it's sold out at the winery, so they don't have
I believe
prices.
Upon release, when we were thinking, Zach was not sure of the price, and he was thinking of between a $50 to a $60 price point. This is the cream of the crop. It was something like 2 barrels. Like there was something very exclusive, 50 cases of the creme de la creme, and yeah, and the result is absolutely. This is to me. Quick on my scoring sheet, at least 92 plus. This is fantastic wine.
Very exciting. So,
and I will see because we just opened it up and it was cold a bit because of our traveling situation here. And now more as you warm up, more that it's like it's getting even richer. So there's a complexity and a beautiful elegance in there. So yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I just found it on somebody's blog where they were reviewing this contraband. He ended up releasing it for about $35.
Oh my God. Wow.
So I wouldn't be surprised if next year the price goes up because I think it's sold out like a flash with that one. So yeah, great question, Mike.
We'll keep you posted because we're having conversation with Zach regularly, and we are planning something for the New Year's. Also, we're talking with Kevin Papanapka at 2027 Cellar in Ontario. So that's going to come up sometimes in 2023. Vancouver Island, talking to a new winery in Nova Scotia as well. Talking to Clausen Chase in Prince Edward County.
Some really great
wines. Oh, these wines are freaking fantastic.
Especially for the Chardonnay lover.
Fuck me. Ooh, these wines are good.
Yeah.
So yeah. So talking to all of these people, building the schedule. That was a great phone call with the guys at Cave Spring this morning. So it's so much fun to see people excited about what we do. And it gives me so much energy. So yeah, so we're going to do all that. But the first week of January, you guys get ready. We're going to do the top 10 release. And these ones are going to be available. Some of them are going to be available for purchase. And we're going to get back later in January with our first offer of the year.
Our winery features every couple weeks, 1 or 2 weeks. So
exactly.
Yeah, a little break so that you will deplete your cellars and you will be excited to fill it back up with Canadian wine because we challenge you to try more and more Canadian wine. We do some great stuff around here in Canada. Yeah.
You think? And our next Wine Wednesday will be next week. I mean, we're not going to skip. We're going to be back home
we'll be back home. See you guys next week. That will be the last chance to register for New Year's Eve if you haven't yet for our event. The wine exchange event, so much fun. Great way to kick off your New Year's. Mike, who is here, is coming. Miriam is coming. So let us know if you plan to join. All right. I'll put the link in the comments one last time. And then we are heading off for the night. So hope you guys have
we're going to have some lamb with our contraband in the family. So to all of you guys, gros merci à tout le monde qui se sont joints à nous autres. Toute la gang du Québec, mon chum Serge, Moment, Victoriaville, toute la gang en français, un beau bonjour, Myriam, Jean-Denis, Pierre, toute notre gang de francophones du Carl's Wine Club, un gros merci, on se voit la semaine prochaine, on va être de retour le mercredi, donc ça veut dire, je pense, le 27, on prend pas de break, à toutes les semaines, on est avec vous autres. I think the only break we're going to take, Mira, it's going to be in January, right? We're going to have to take a break one Wednesday in January. But
yeah, because this guy has to do something very challenging that week that we won't have a Wine Wednesday or that might be pre-recorded because he has to go on a cruise.
For work,
a consulting type of thing. Very hard job he has, tasting wines and then going on cruises. Yeah.
Customer service, right? Customer service consultant. So some big company reach out, say, hey, we need to improve our customer service. Carl, can you come in and help? Okay, will do. So yeah, I'm gonna be out. I'll be away from the Okanagan down in New Orleans and the West Caribbean cruise for some times, but she's holding up the fort.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll do something fun without you, Carl. We'll see. Look for Wine Wednesday that week.
There you go. So hey, Christmas is in a couple days. So to all of you Canadian wine lovers, all of our members, you guys fill our heart with love and passion. Thank you so much for being with us. This is incredible. What we've built in the last 3 years, it's absolutely incredible. Amazing. So thanks to you all. From the deepest of our heart, we want to wish you a
Merry Christmas. Cheers, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Cheers.